Hello everybody, welcome back to Wizard of Mo Games. My name is Kenny and we are here for a third round of Grimcoven Duality and Gunslinger versus Swarm Mistress. Again, I considered doing a different boss or a different hunters, but seeing a lot of the videos online, a lot of them did stage one of the various hunters and grief-bound bosses. So I decided we're going to go to scenario 3 for Swarm Mistress. Um, the scenarios are different enough. As you can see, this is a completely different map layout. The attack cards are different. The opportunity cards are different. They're all very different, so it's not going to feel too samey. And I also wanted to kind of take an opportunity to play the swarm correctly. So these are the actual swarm tiles. And what I thought was this was the back of the tile and that I had to flip it over. And so I kept taking all these effects, and you don't do that. So I made playthrough 1 and 2 very difficult, but you know what? We liken it to similar to training in the gravity chamber, right? So we got better at the game. We know our characters a lot better because we took the harder road. So I'm going to go around the board like I always do. We got our swarm tiles over here. We've got our corruption deck and secret cards up here. You can't see them, but I'll pull them out when they're needed. For this scenario, an elite starts on the map, and he starts on a treasure chest. So this one is the Thurston, the first vampire. Activation, if they're the hunter in 0 to 2, mass extraction. Move 2, each hunter in line of sight discards 1 lament. Place discarded lament on this card. Attack all hunters in 0 with 2 dice. Otherwise, blood glide. Teleport to the hunter with the most lament. Attack all hunters in 0 with 3 dice. Place 1 lament on this card for each hunter in 0. And his damage will do +1 damage for lament on the card. So very nasty there. We spawned him next to the pile of skulls. That was the only one that had a treasure chest kind of close by it. Just because we figure, he's a vampire. He's probably in like the graveyard type places anyways. So we got a pile of skulls for our events. We got the ball and chain again. We've got our lament rifts all over the place. We have obstacles. Yes, I learned that these are the actual obstacle tokens for those map tiles. We actually have 3 portals. Really nice. We've got rivers now that kind of separate the map a little bit. Our minions are over here. This is a slightly different layout from what I did last time. I felt like I could fit more of it on the screen without having to swap the camera all the time. All right, so we know what pile of skulls do. We're going to roll a die, and it's going to do some stuff, discard status effects, deal damage to everybody, etc. Ball and chain is kind of similar. We're going to roll a die. It's going to move towards hunters or enemies and then deal damage to everybody in that space. We do have a new swamp card called Quagmire. It says action, discard 2 magic to place a general token on this card. Each time any model starts its movement in the swamp space, they move 1 space fewer for each token on this card to a minimum of 0. That's going to be kind of tricky. They starts its movement in the swamp. So I think that's good for somebody with like a teleport. You go in there, you drop the token on them, and you teleport out, and then when they move 1 less. Refresh step, discard all tokens from this card. All right, and then we have the Cursed River. So this is our first river card. Discard for a hunter on enter, discard 2 burns, gain 2 curses. Oh, those curses we don't like. Move 1 space down the river. On enter. So I don't know if that means when you end your movement or it kind of just shoves you down when you step into it. I think it shoves you down when you step into it. For a minion or elite enemy on enter, heal 2, move 1 space down the river. Wow. Okay. Then we have the Forest Glade. Once per hunter phase on any forest space, action, take this card, discard 1 magic to choose 1. Heal 2, Discard up to 3 status or 2 hunger tokens. Well, we didn't get the teleport one. That would have been interesting. Actually, that wouldn't have worked because the teleport one's on a forest and the quagmire movement restrictions on a swamp. So maybe it's good we didn't get it then. All right. Let's see what else we got. We got duality, so we went with the dual swords this time, and we went with the assault armor. So we kind of changed the combination a little bit. It's going to give us 2 black dice and 3 green dice. 2 black, 3 green, so lots of mobility. All right, and then I've got some space here for upgraded cards. And then for Gunslinger, so the first weapon we went with was the long rifle. That was 2+ range. Then we went with the other pistol, which was exactly 2 range. So this time I decided to go with the third pistol, which is 1 to 2 range. So as long as we're 1 to 2 away from enemies, we can hit them with it. And then we went with the strap armor to gain some shield and discarding dice to gain tactic tokens. So that's going to give us a black die, a blue die, and 3 purple dice. He's going to be really good at magic. All right, we've got our hunter here. Health is 13. We've got our other dualities, 14. A viewer was nice enough to remind me that the hunter with the least amount of health is the one that actually goes first. So we'll make sure that, and I kept accidentally choosing the gunslinger, but he was the one to go first. All right, and then we have our minions, which is the assassin convicted. If there's a hunter in 0 to 3, it'll move 3 and attack each hunter in 0 with 2 dice. If there's only 1 hunter in that space, roll an extra die. And then tactical retreat, move 3 toward the grief bound. If in 0 to 1 from the grief bound, gain 2 shield. I stuck with the convicted. Again, this may be the last playthrough with Swarm Mistress and these 2 hunters. There's also some zombie ones or undead ones. So when we change hunters and grief bounds, we'll change the minions too. Otherwise, it just deals 1 damage on a claw. Okay. We talked about the elite. Let's look at the Swarm Mistress now. Scenario 3, level 3. Actually, it's just scenario 2. They have different levels. On a sun symbol, deal 1 damage, deal +1 damage for each swarm in line of sight. That's different. Swarm in line of sight. Claw, deal 2 damage and 1 curse. So we're going to be dealing with curses this game. Special, place 1 swarm in 0 to 2 closest to any hunter. Spawn 1 minion on each swarm space. Oh, this is going to get spicy real quick. Swarm activation, deal 2 burns to each hunter in 0 to 1. This is going to get spicy real quick. And it looks like for her time track, remember how this changed? There was 4, 1 was spawn minions. Scenario 2 had only 3. This one has 4 again, but 3 of them are the special. So she's pretty much going to spawn all her swarms like right away. Keeping in mind there is a stage card that says if there's 4 swarms out, you lose. So that's going to be really tricky in this setup. All right, opportunity. We can teleport to a space, or we can move to or heal to, or discard a swarm in line of sight. So we're probably going to be trying to do that a lot. Let's see what attacks come out. Okay, the all-seeing swarm. Wings 5. Focus, teleport to the swarm closest to any hunter. So we're not really worried about that right now, because she is on the swarm. So no bonus there. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3 in line of sight with 2 dice. If the grief bound is on a swarm, ignore the line of sight restriction. We can move to, or she'll move to, deal 2 damage to each hunter in 0 to 2. Okay. So basically, we're taking damage unless Unless we can just deal 5 damage out of the gate, which I doubt. Yeah, because right now, Gunslinger can do 3 damage. Technically, if we roll all the right dice, and Duality can deal 2 damage if she rolls all the right dice. So we could take that out right off the bat. Because 0-3 dice kind of scares me there. Okay, we'll see. Don't forget, we're going to have 4 minions. Let's go ahead and spawn them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to go ahead and get our starting lament, which is on space 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, keeping in mind, Gunslinger needs to be 1 to 2 away. Duality is basically melee range. Although she does have the option. Some of hers are looking at white wings, but we don't have any dice that'll generate white wings. So we'll see how that works. All right, I think that covers everything. We've got our event cards here. I kind of put out the enemy phase markers so we know when to do stuff. Let's go ahead and get started then by spawning folks. Let's see, I'm thinking we want to just start up there and maybe we can rush the Griefbound and do 5 damage. But then we'll kind of, let's see, I think the elite has to be line of sight. If there's a hunter in 0-2, all right, we won't be close to the elite, but he will teleport to us. The problem is, if he moves to us, he'll make us discard 1 lament. So, but when he teleports, we don't discard. Okay. So yeah, let's start right on the other side of the mountain. And let's roll some dice. We'll go ahead and roll dualities in first. That's actually really good. And then let's roll the gunslinger in. That is not as good. I really wanted the double magic, but I think we'll be fine. All right, so gunslinger gets the first player token. We'll just put it right here. And basically he needs to get in 1 to 2 range. So unfortunately he has to move at least 1. I could take out that minion and then get that lament. That'd be 2 lament. But again, we're going to try to deal 5 damage on these wings. Oh, I lied. Because looking at the next turn card, it says resolve special, which means it'll put a swarm out, teleport to a swarm closest to any hunter, and then focus says attack all hunters in 0-3 with 4 dice. Yeah, that would probably wipe us out. So we want to, maybe what we'll do is put some damage on rapid emergence and prepare to take it out the next time. Yeah, let's do that. So who do we want to pick up the lament there? Gunslinger can only move 2, and he'll still be in range to hit a couple folks. So let's use this shield to run. Oh no. Actually, before I do that, we'll use this dagger to deal 1 damage in 1 to 2, take out this minion, gain a lament for it, and then we'll use the shield to move into that space. pick up that lament. All right, next two actions, duality. She won't get any lament, but she can just go ahead and start putting some damage on the Swarm Mistress, who we're going to turn around to face. Okay, we're going to use our green die to sprint to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at that. We can jump in her space and not take like 2 burn or 2 curse or anything like that. And then I need to get a black wing somehow. But I only get them when I do 1 die on an action. So I think I'm going to spend this black dagger. I think I'm just going to give it to the gunslinger so he can forge a bullet. Because right now the extra dagger is not going to do anything for me. So let's go ahead and do the assist. Let's put this black here, gain a black wing. And that's 2 actions. Back over to Gunslinger. So he can deal 1 damage in 1 to 2 and in line of sight, which he is to that minion. And on a kill, gain a tactic. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, I almost put that on cleanse. Let's spend these 2 right here. Deal 1 damage in 1 to 2. That'll take this minion out. Gain a lament for that. And gain a tactic. All right, for second action. So this weapon range requires line of sight. Unlike the one that's in 2 range does not require line of sight. So we are not going to be able to hit the boss from here. So we have a black dagger and a purple dagger. So let's go ahead and use the black dagger to forge a bullet. Where are we? We're on the swamp space, but we don't have any magic left. And then this is a shield and a... Oh, I do have a shield thing, so let me retro, put that there instead. I thought I didn't have any shield icons, but I do. To gain 2 shields. Because we can't use that dagger anyways. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4. All right, back over to duality. Who now has a black wing, so it's going to put it on her dual swords. Deal 1 damage in 0. You may discard a wing to increase the range or damage of this action by 1. So let's go ahead and increase the damage. We'll deal 2 damage to rapid emergence over here. All right, let's see. So she's going to attack all hunters in 0, 3, and line of sight. Okay, so Gunslinger is not in line of sight. So he'll at least avoid some of that. Now we're not playing our tanky duality, so not a lot of defenses to speak of. All right, so we've got a... He doesn't have a mobility to give us. We don't have a mobility to use for that other attack. That one requires mobility. This one's attack and mobility. So we could run, maybe get to the backside of the Griefbound to pick up that lament, and at least level up once. Let's use this for a run action. Get off the swarm, go back here and grab a lament. That's 4 dice. Back over to... Wait, can I teleport? It requires a magic and I don't have it. It's not a teleport, so heal 2 or discard status tokens. Okay. Back over here, he just has a defense left, which we want to gain 2 shield. And that is the last action he can take. So back to duality, and for her last action, she'll put this and gain a tactic and a black wing. All right, that is round 1. So now we're going to go to the event phase. Let's see, I'm going to put this on the minion right there like that. And our first event card, Tempting Feast. There we go. I started the entire thing and I didn't even read scenario 3. So this is what the setup looks like. In case you kind of want to see. Kind of matches it. Prologue. Most legends never say that the girl left the woods, holding the hand of the woman in bandages wrapped around her head. That journey was short but eventful as the girl got a chance to confront the world she had been exiled from. The first and only place she visited was a roadside inn. Tired and thirsty, she came in to ask for a cup of water. She didn't expect such a hostile welcome, though. The innkeeper told her to pay, and the other patrons mocked her shabby appearance. Some taunted the ways of druids and asked if she was going to steal some children, as the old stories have told. The lament boiled in her anew and incited her wrath until she couldn't handle it any more. She lashed out. All right, so she lashed out. So, place 1 lament in Rift 2. Where's Rift 2? All the way over there. Each hunter chooses 1. Heal 3 and gain 2 stuns, or gain 2 hunger. Well, I think we're just going to gain 2 hunger. It would require magic to get rid of the 2 stuns. You know, I think we'll just take the stun. Right, because the hunger is going to make us move towards each other and all kinds of stuff. And right now, I know I don't need tactic. And I don't think I'm going to use this mobility thing right away. And then for Gunslinger, he doesn't need tactic. And it's a little tougher. Maybe take out his sprint. Since we don't have a green die, the chances of us getting that are low. And I think we have enough magic capability to remove the stuns pretty quickly. If we were fighting the Devourer, there's some other stuff. Okay. Now on to the minions. If there is a hunter in 0 to 3. So yes. Yep, no line of sight, so just 0 to 3. And for the minion way back there, there is not. So if in 0 to 3, move 3, attack the hunter in 0 with 2 dice. If there's only 1, roll +1. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to enter the same space as duality here. And roll 3 dice. This is not our tanky duality. So 2 claws, so that's 2 damage. Okay. Took 2 damage there. Otherwise, move 3 toward the Griefbound. If in 0 to 1 from the Griefbound, gain 2 shield. So this guy is going to go... Oh, wait, we forgot something. He will not attack us. Because the river says, for a minion or elite enemy on enter, heal 2, move 1 space down the river. I don't know if on enter means passing through it or stopping there. According to the rule, this says when they stop their movement there. So he does not get dragged down the river and misses attack. All right, and this one's going to go, it says moves 3 toward the Griefbound. So 1, 2, 3. He is in 0 to 1, so he will gain 2 defense. This is not looking great. All right, so now we go to the elite. I kind of forgot about him, I'll be honest. He was way back there. Nobody's in 0 to 2. So that's not going to trigger. Otherwise, teleport to the hunter with the most lament. So he's going to jump onto our gunslinger here. Maybe that's why we were giving him all the lament. Attack all hunters in 0 with 3 dice. Place 1 lament on this card for each hunter in 0. So going in order, you're going to attack first and then place the lament. 3 dice. All claws. Deal 1 unblockable damage. Oh no, that's sun. Oh, sun or claw. 1 unblockable damage. Deal +1 for each on this. So he's going to take 3 damage that he cannot block. And then it would deal +1 damage for each one on there. So then place a lament on this card for each hunter in 0. Okay. Ouch. Well, I think we're going to be attacked by the Swarm Mistress, so we'll be able to block a little bit there. Speaking of which, focus. Teleport to the swarm closest to any hunter. She's already on it. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3 in line of sight. If she's on a swarm, ignore line of sight restrictions. So she's going to attack us both with 2 dice. Regardless of line of sight, because she's on that swarm. We got a sun and a claw. Deal 1 damage and +1 damage for each swarm in line of sight. You see, attack all hunters in 0, 3 in line of sight. I think it's just 1 roll. So, looking at the sun symbol, deal 1 damage, deal +1 for each swarm in line of sight. So, duality will take 2. And then the claw will deal 2 damage and 1 curse. I kind of miss defensive duality here. I believe the curse cards were number 1s. Yes. Curse of Death. If you have 1 to 2 curses, gain 2 burns. If you have 3 to 4, this is during the status step, so we'll leave there. If you have 3 to 4 curses, discard 1 die, gain 1 burn. If you have 5+ curses, set your health to 0. If you have no curses, put this card back into the secret deck. Okay. So we can get rid of that 1 curse, we'll be okay. Now for the gunslinger, we'll take 1 damage. Let me see what she's going to do. She's going to move 2 and deal 2 damage to all hunters in 0 to 2. So she'll get on my space. He'll be safe from that attack. And then the claw deals 2 damage and a curse. So he'll block 2 of it, take 1, and gain his own curse. Drawing from the curse deck. Curse of Bleeding. As long as you have this card, place all your curses on the chosen actions. You cannot place curses on actions with stun on them. When you use a cursed action, take 1 unblockable damage. Let's put it on assist for now. Actually, let's put it on forging a bullet. We're down to 9 and 8, just like that. And we're not on good sides of the map. All right, now she's going to move 2 and deal 2 damage to each hunter in 0 to 2. So she will move on to my space here with this minion. And she will deal 2 damage, taking us down to 6. And then we're going to move the time track to the special, which says place 1 swarm in 0 to 2 closest to any hunter. Spawn 1 minion on each swarm space. So that means the space we're on is going to get a swarm. Now I'm thinking it kind of doesn't matter Because you're going to spawn a minion, I think it just pushes one out. So we're going to spawn them down here. And then one up here. Because we're at max capacity on that tile. Okay. Yeah, not a great first round. We got some treasure chests nearby to heal, and we're going to take out Rapid Emergence, I think. So let's slide this over, reveal a new attack. Because we got to take out Rapid Emergence to avoid the 4 dice roll. But it requires 7 damage. We've got 2 on it so far. So let's go ahead and go to the Lament phase. Corruption. So starting with turn player, Gunslinger. No hunger. We're going to move towards the hunter, so good thing we didn't do that. Lose 1 corruption or gain 1 tactic. And we cannot do either. Because we already have a tactic and we have 0 corruption. Let's put that. Duality. Would have been good to get a heal there. No hunger. Gain 1 tactic or heal 2. We will heal 2. So we're up to 8 health now. All right. Lament phase. Gunslinger will spend 1 to level up. Let's see what he gets. He's got explosive bullets. This action targets all enemies on a chosen space and range. Requires 2 magic to fill. And he's got deadly shot. After resolving this action, discard all remaining dice and pass. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range on a kill move. Ooh, this is tough. Because dealing it to everybody will really help clear out the minions. Especially the way these are swarming. Deadly shot is nice though because it will deal 4 damage. I mean, if we want to deal 5 to maybe have him do the big damage to the Swarm Mistress, and then we have to take out that elite too. We are not in a good place. After resolving this action, discard all remaining dice and pass. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range. What's the elite got? 7 health? Maybe we ignore the Swarm Mistress and the minions and we take out this elite. Which means deadly shot, which means I have to roll a defense and a dagger. Because right now I would love to have gotten rid of Rapid Emergence, but I think it's fine without being with the focus off of it. So unfortunately, let's take deadly shot. And let's lose the explosive bullets. All right, we'll spend our last 2 lament to go up. And then we go to duality, who just spends the 1 he has to level up. Something to heal, please. Once per hunter's phase, when you discard a white wing, all hunters in 0 heal 1. Once per hunter's phase, when you discard black, deal 2 damage in 0. I think we're going to take that one. Then it's darkness, only if you have 3 wings. Discard 3 wings, deal 3 damage in 0 to 3. Teleport up to 3 chosen enemies in line of sight to a space in 0 to 1 from you. So it brings them to me. I have 2 black dice, but it's going to be really hard to get 3 black wings. So let's put that one underneath the deck and go with life and death. We'll put these up top, put the curses down here. Okay, so now we are going to go to the recovery phase. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically where we get all our dice back. And hopefully we can roll something to... So Gunslinger doesn't need to get rid of anything right now. But Duality needs to, but she doesn't have any purple dice, so she's probably going to get 2 burns. Oh, he rolled a lot of magic. He said magic's not going to be a problem for him. Duality gets this back. We did not get lucky. So unable to do anything about the curse. We're going to gain 2 burns. But I don't think we take the burn right now. So I think Gunslinger will end up giving her a cleanse. Ooh. Yeah, giving her a magic to kind of help with that. All right, but Duality is now our first player. So what was the plan here? See, I need double daggers or double movement for this one. I need to clear the minions around me and get this treasure chest to heal. We need to take out the elite. So Gunslinger is going to be able to move. We've got a bullet forged. We need a dagger and a shield. She's got double daggers. So set that aside to do the deadly shot. That'll deal 4 damage to him. Plus the bullet, that'll be 5 damage. Wow, we could really take out rapid emergence. You're not going to be able to help Duality? You see, that's 5 damage to him, needs 2 more. Actually, Duality can reach. She can run to him. She has the sprint. And then she can do the double damage with that black wing and take out the elite. Or actually, she'll deal the damage to the elite first, because it'll be the Gunslinger's last action. So he'll set aside a die to help her remove some stuff. He can also deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 in line of sight. But that means not cleansing, which is, I think that's fine. I think we don't need to cleanse right now. We'll give Duality one of these, and then we'll use the shield to defend ourselves. Okay. So Duality needs to run away. Tactical retreat. Let's go 1, 2, 3 over here. And then let's spend our 2 other mobility dice. Oh, wait a minute. I could just spend these 2 black daggers, actually. Because I don't have any abilities that just take 1 dagger. But I can at least deal 1 damage and 0 to 1. You may discard 1 white wing to move. You know what? You know what? You know what? Before we move, right, what if we used our dual swords to deal 1 damage and 0 to 1 and take out one of these minions? Let's take out the one up here that's closest to us. And then gain a lament for that. Then we'll use our sprint action to go up here. So that's her 2 moves. Going back to the Gunslinger. He wants to use the dual magic, deal 1 damage in 1 to 2 and in line of sight. On a kill, gain 1 tactic. Oh, because he needs to move. That's why we saved the extra die. And we decided he didn't necessarily need to cleanse. He's got to get away. He doesn't want to hit the river. I guess go back to the portal space. So let's run to the portal space. And then let's give Duality an assist die. That is unfortunately purple, so will not give her a wing. All right, back to duality here. So now she'll spend her 2 daggers on her dual swords. Deal 1 damage and 0. You may discard 1 Blackwing to increase the range or damage of this action by 1. So let's do that. Deal 2 damage to Deal 2 damage to the elite. And then we're going to go ahead and just cleanse. We're going to get rid of 1 curse and 1 burn. 1 curse and 1 burn. So this curse card goes away, gets shuffled back into this curse deck, or secret deck. And then that's her 4 action, or 2 actions for that round. Then we go back over to the gunslinger, who is going to put this shield here to gain 2 defense. And then is going to put these 2 dice on deadly shot. After resolving this action, discard all remaining dice and pass. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range on a kill move. We're going to spend this bullet to make it 5 damage and take out the elite. Which is going to be awesome because we get 3 lament each. And now we're going to flip his card over. I assume this lament just gets discarded. I don't think we get it. Let me know if I made that mistake. And we're going to roll to see if he comes back. Man, please, please, please let us get that eye or half moon symbol or whatever it is. Nope. He's going to come back in 2 turns. Here's my tokens. Or 2 rounds. That's unfortunate. He's a tough one. Well, that might be good timing because the stage card is about 3 rounds away. So he's not going to level up. Maybe we can take him out at 7 again before he gets a chance to do more damage to us. All right, so that ends the gunslinger's turn for many reasons. Back over to duality. Oh, he got a kill, so he can move. But I think he wants to stay there because he is not in line of sight. Let me see. Resolve special, so it'll spawn another swarm. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3. That's not going to happen. Activate all swarms. Deal 2 burns to each hunter in 0 to 1. So she's on this space. She's going to place them 0 to 2 away. Yeah, so 0, 1, 2 right there. 0, 1. So he's safe. He's not going to take that damage. We just need to have duality run. She has a run action. Can she get anywhere useful? The skulls. Discard all status tokens of 1 chosen type. We don't want to get close to her. If I go to the river, it'll bring me down and I'll be close on that side of the map. So let me do that. Seems kind of far to run. Let's go 1, 2, and then the river will... Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't just move us down. Oh, discard 2 burns, gain 2 curses. What did I just cleanse? A burn and a curse. Yeah, those curses are bad. I don't think duality can go far away now. Oh, unless you just move into the same space as the hunter or the gunslinger. All right. And that is her last action. Yeah, because both special spaces require a magic die. Oh, we forgot to do the ball and chain last time. Let's go ahead and roll that now. It'll circle, discard. Move 2 toward the closest enemy. Deal 3 damage to each hunter and enemy in range. So at the time, 012, 012, he would have went here and took this guy out. So then he would have never moved. We got to remember Ballin, which we're about to do it again now. We're actually going to do it right now. That is the end of everybody's turns. Glad I was able to retcon that one with a little issue. Move 2 toward the closest hunter. Deal 3 damage to hunter and enemy in 0. So 1, 2. I don't think it gets affected by the river, because the river says for a minion or elite. And that is not a minion or elite. All right, so let's go to the event deck. Iron Skin. Place 1 lament in Rift 8. Is that where we all are? Yep, that's where they all are now. The Griefbound gains 2 shields for each hunter in line of sight, which is none of us. Each enemy in 1-1 from the Griefbound gains 2 shield. Oh, that's not good. There are 2 of them here. That's going to make them that much harder to take out. Fortunately, each of the hunters has 2 attacks, so we'd have to burn around to deal some damage to them. And then we do more if we were fighting the Grave Dragon. Now we go to the minions. Nobody's in range. Move 3 towards the Griefbound and gain shields, but they are at max shields. Elite is dead. 1 token comes off. And we go to the Swarm Mistress. Resolve special. Place 1 swarm in 0-2, closest to any hunter. So 0-1-2, it's going to be right up here. It says spawn 1 minion on each swarm space. Now, I do have some regrets. I'm going to push them back out this way. Because when I first played the Swarm Mistress, I was like, oh man, missed opportunity. Should be swarming a bunch of minions. And now that they're here, this is a problem. We need somebody to be able to get multi-attacks. I know we opted for the deadly shot instead of the card that lets us hit everybody in the same space, but we needed to take out that elite, and that 4 damage definitely did it. But now we need him to level up and get some multi-shot of some kind, or maybe duality can deal damage like that too. So that was resolve special. Teleport to a swarm closest to any hunter. Oh, she does get closer. Okay. Activate all swarms. We are out of range. It says deal 2 burns to each hunter in 0-1. Okay. And then this just goes away. We have not taken out any of her cards. We were close, but we had to prioritize damage control. Now we got exploding moths. Focused, resolve special, move 2, attack all hunters with 2 dice. Swarms deal 5 damage to each hunter in 0. Discard each swarm that dealt damage to a hunter. Okay, so oh, that's a problem, because she has resolve special, which means she's going to place 1 in 0-2. There's no reason in hitting the focus, because that just means she's resolved the special twice. She's only got 1 swarm left, so we either just take it all out completely or we take some damage. It's got 6 health. It's the head. So now would be a good time to get an ability that targets the head, Gunslinger. All right, Lament phase. No, actually, special first. Yeah, did they test play this? Because spawning a minion every time you activate the special is a lot of minions. That's basically 4 minions every time. So I guess once we get them under control, it won't be terrible. It'll be like starting the game. No, because it's every time we hit that special. So right now it says spawn 1 minion on each swarm space. I only have 3 minions left. So I guess no more spawn. Yeah, according to the rules, there's just no more minions to spawn. So they're all out here. And they're all in a single line. If only somebody had like a laser beam. All right, let's go to Lament phase, starting with duality, corruption, no hunger, lose 1 corruption or heal 2. Let's heal 2. Gunslinger, move or gain 2 defense. Ooh. Well, he needs line of sight to be able to attack. But the heal is, oh, well, it'd be 2 defense. If I move now, I can just deal a bunch of damage in line of sight, not have to worry about moving initially. And then when I do the 4 damage, it'll let me move again. Let's see, it's deal 5 damage. Deal 5 damage to each hunter and 0 with the swarm. So as long as we're not sitting on the swarm. So they're not moving anymore. She's not spawning any more of them. We really could ignore that card. But we need to start taking out some of these. Because then she would resolve special twice, which would just spawn more minions. Attack all hunters in 0 to 1. She'd move to attack all hunters in 0 to 1. So that's not that bad. So we'll leave exploding moths and we'll focus on dealing damage to the minions and cloud of bugs. Or just ignore the minions. We'll hit the ones closest to us because I think they are 0 to 3. Yikes. And then we've got, and then we're running towards the ball and chain too. Okay, let's move the gunslinger right there. So he's in line of sight to start taking enemies out. He's got 2 defense. He's going to be able to get 2 again to gain a shield. So, and that's because we both are within 0 to 6 corruption. So now we go to level up phase. She's going to spend 3 duality will to go 1, 2, 3 and draw 2 cards. Come on, multi-targeting. Calm and Peace. A chosen hunter on the map gains 4 defense. As long as you have more white than black, you may discard 1 white to repeat this effect. Well, it requires 2 defenses and 2 magic. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Hateful Blow. 2 double daggers and 1 other. Gain 1 black wing. Deal 2 damage and 0. During this action, you may discard up to 2 black wings. For each black wing discarded, choose 1 effect to resolve. Each effect may be resolved only once. Increase the range of this action by 1, or deal 1 additional damage. Gain 1 black wing, deal 2 damage and 0. During this action, you may discard up to 2 black. For each black discarded, choose 1 effect to resolve. I don't think I like any of these. I like Calm and Peace to keep our defenses up, but I don't have a way to get it. Gunslinger would have to give me 2 blue dice, or get double dice on the double shield on the 1 die he has. Hateful Blow sounds good, but that's 3 die commitment. I only have 5 still. It says discard up to 2 black wings. Most of my abilities are green. The movement, mobility. But deal 1 additional damage. I think I'm going to have to spend a lament to draw 2 more cards. See if I can get something a little more applicable now. Judgment. Only if you have defense. Discard 1 defense to deal 1 damage and 0. Increase the damage of this value by discard defense. And you may discard 1 wing to gain 2 defense or 2. Okay. Slash of opposites. Deal 2 damage and 0 to 1. You may increase the range of this action by 1 for each white you have. You may increase the number of targets of this action by 1 for each black wing you have. There we go. Slash of opposites it is. That judgment is really good when we're going the defensive route, but we are not going the defensive route. Or at least our items are not defensive. Over to Gunslinger. He's going to spend 1 to level up. To evolve their evolution cards. Sharpened Senses. On a Griefbound card kill, gain 1 tactic. Passive. Whenever you deal damage, you may discard any number of tactic tokens to deal 1 additional damage for each one discarded. Alright. Precise Shot. Gain 1 tactic, deal 1 damage in the weapon range. Deal 1 additional damage for each tactic token you have. They're about the same, except this one requires a lot of dice. Deal 1 damage in the weapon range, deal 1 additional for each tactic you have. Or I can just discard and it'll let me get tactics on here. So let's go with Sharpened Senses instead of Precise Shot. I'm debating whether I should whether I should just discard these 2. See if I can get something for multi-targeting. No, but I mean this is good. Let's start with that. I spent 2 more. He still has 2 more lament. Yeah, but I don't want to lose this because I have to discard it. So let's spend 2 more lament to just move up on the corruption track. All right, and I think for duality, we are just going to go ahead and have her move up to the next lock symbol because it's exactly 3 away. We don't get to unlock anything, but it gets her closer to flipping to the corrupted side, which technically is the same for the gunslinger, but I think he's okay. All right, recovery phase. So we've got 5 dice here. We've got a burn on us. I don't think we're going to discard a die to do anything about the burn. We'll take the 1 damage. We did not get any daggers, but good thing we have a reroll. Okay, and then Gunslinger will recover their dice. They have a curse as long as you have this curse. Okay, that's not a bad curse to have. Whoa, magic central, but no daggers. He's only got the 1 black die. So we may have to spend a tactic to reroll that. And he is going to be first this time. He doesn't take any damage. And duality already took hers. All right. So, starting with the gunslinger. So you deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 in line of sight. So we want to take out this exploding moths. And again, if we can do that 4 damage and end our turn, then duality can go in and do slash of opposites to take out that card. It's actually 0 to 1 too, so she doesn't have to go in. If she gets some black wings, but she's got to have double daggers for that. And we have 0 daggers. So let's go ahead and spend a tactic to re-roll this black dagger. I mean, I think the magic is fine. Because it's a defense and a dagger on the other side of it. We don't need that much of it. Although we could get rid of some stuff. We can give it to duality, she can get rid of some stuff, but we need to do some damage. Did not get a dagger. We cannot get a tactic. Except on a grief-bound card kill. We can't attack anything. Deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 and in line of sight. On a kill, gain a tactic, so we can. It's actually 1 to 2, so let's spend this here. Deal 1 damage to this minion back here and take him out. We'll gain a lament, and we'll gain a tactic token back. And then we're going to spend that tactic to reroll these 2. Now we got a dagger at least. So we're going to save these 2 for deadly shot. That just leaves us with these 2 magic symbols. Move 1, you may discard 1 die to gain 1 tactic or forge a bullet in a chosen slot. So we're going to deal 4 to the Griefbound. We can forge a bullet and deal 5, but we don't need to. So let's go ahead and give duality a cleanse to get rid of the burn and the stun. And we're safe. It's a lot of dice coming at us if we take out exploding moths. Ah, see. Swarms would discard a swarm that dealt damage. We don't want to discard them because then they'll just spawn on top of us again. But I don't think duality is going to be able to do what she needs to do without a dagger. Without double daggers. And she's actually 2 spaces away. I didn't realize that. But she can just move 1 space and stay off the swarm. So what do? We want to hold on to 1 black dagger in case we need to give it to duality. Because she's going to re-roll a bunch of dice. So I think I can just call that tactic in action. Let's do that. We used two tactic tokens. We'll call 1 in action. And then we did this one. So now let's go to duality, who's going to spend a tactic token to reroll these 2 and this defense. Do I want to just reroll this one too? Increase the chances I get a dagger? Yeah. I need 2 daggers. I did not get it. I got a mobility. So I'm going to have to use the cleanse to free up tactics and then try to roll that again. Oh, wait, actually, yeah. Well, I can still do this one. Deal 1 damage and 0. You may discard a Blackwing to increase the range or damage of this action by 1. So we'll say that tactic was an action, and maybe we can just use this green to move. Let's use this to move. Can still and just get on the same space as the gunslinger. Or I can just get on the swarm space. Because if I don't get that dagger, I'm not going to be able to do it in 0 to 1. But a lot of my attacks are 0 to 1, so I should be fine. All right, so back over to Gunslinger, who's gonna give Duality a cleanse. I mean, she's gonna have to burn a die on the tactic token. Yeah, there's no way to. Okay, so let's do this. Let's ignore exploding moths, and we'll use this to give Duality the other dagger. Because she can at least take out 2 minions and deal 2 damage to the Griefbound. Okay. So then the second action, he's just going to go ahead and cleanse. He's not going to be able to do the 4 damage. Because he needs the dagger and a shield. Is it more important for him to do the 4? Because the only thing Duality is trying to do is multi-target. It's, man. Because I was like, I can give her the cleanse. We're just going to have to take the risk. Give her the cleanse. Hope she can cleanse that. And she'll have to use one of these to get the tactic token to reroll that and hope she gets the double dagger. So let's go ahead, and I've lost track of who was doing what and when. So I know we did a tactic and then we did this and a tactic. So then back over here, we give the assist and then we cleanse. Get rid of the, I want to keep the curse. Because by curse is standard, it's not bad. But I want to get rid of the 2 stuns. Alright, so I can move 1. You may discard a die to gain 1 tactic or to forge a bullet. I don't have a die to discard. Oh, and what am I on? I'm on a swamp space, requires 2. That just restricts movement. Okay. Don't know if this is the best play, but it's what we're going with. So now back over to Duality, who is going to use this to cleanse. Get rid of this stun and this burn. And then is going to use... Oh, I'm not going to have a black wing to do the multi-targeting. Let's do this to gain a tactic. And then Gunslinger is just going to have to do his thing. He's out of action, so he's just going to drop this on here. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range. On a kill, he would move. So he's not going to move, but he'll deal 4 damage to the Griefbound. Resolve special, which isn't going to do anything. You'll spawn 1 minion. And then attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 2 dice. Cloud of Bugs. Attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 2 dice, move 3, and then attack with 2 dice, and it does bonus damage. So let's drop it on that. Cloud of Bugs. And he didn't take anything out, so he's done. And then back to Duality, who's going to spend that tactic token. I think we're just going to reroll both. Try to see if we can get one of them to be a double dagger. I just roll the same thing again. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten Slash of Opposites. I mean, I got 2 daggers, or 2 black dice. So I can do this. I need to gain a black wing. Both of these attackers are in 0 to 1. See, if I do this, you may discard 1 black to increase the range or damage of this action by 1. Oh, that's in 0 though. Or I can do this one, deal 1 damage in 0 to 1. Get a wing from that, and then do this one to gain 2 damage on it and take out that card. So let's put this up here, gain a black wing, deal 1 damage in 0 to 1. You may discard 1 white to move. So we're just going to take out a minion down here. Gain a Lament. And then we keep going. And then we're going to put these on here. Ooh. I forgot about something. So I'm going to say I did move. No, I don't want to be on that. Okay. All right, do that. Deal 1 damage in 0. I'm going to discard a black. Oh, it's to increase the range or... Yeah, I have to be on that space then. Deal 2 damage in 0 to 1. For Slash of Opposites. All right, so let's roll it back just a little bit. So, because I don't want this to go off on me. So during our initial movement, we'll say we moved in here instead. Duality has so many ranges, I'm just messing it all up. Which would have pushed the minion out. And then Gunslinger killed 1. Okay, then we dealt that initial damage so that this one, we can discard it to increase the damage and not the range. And then that'll deal the 2 to take out Exploding Moths. And our first Griefbound card kill. So I'm just tucking underneath the board. It's probably off camera. Yeah, it's off camera. You won't see it, but we get 3/1 Lament. And then because we discarded a... Oh wait, first we're going to roll this. Or is it all part of the same? Maybe part of the same action. So we'll deal 2 damage to Cloud of Bugs. Because we discarded a black wing. And its claws. Discard a swarm in line of sight, or all hunters in 0 to 1 may move to or heal to. Refill the attack track. Let's see. There's damage on there, so she's going to move 3. She's going to catch us wherever we go. Ooh, Ball and Chain is close to us too. And it really only moves like 2 spaces. Yeah, it only moves 2, so it's not like it's going to get the Griefbound. I think we get rid of the... Even if I get rid of the swarm, she's just going to put it back. So we should just move. We're already in range of the minions. We're kind of trapped in this corner up here is basically what it is. I guess I can get back on that swarm back there. It's not going to activate. Or heal too. Well, the heal's not going to matter if they come and just bulldoze us. And the ball and chain does all this damage in 0, so may move 2 or heal 2. I would take 2 curses to go down the river. And it doesn't really get me farther away from anything. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just knock everything over. So let's move Gunslinger here. I don't think duality can do any more damage. Oh, she's not going to be able to use that black die either. Oh yeah, I think I can still give the assist over, you just can't use it. So I can get a black wing. And then just run away. 1, 2. And then it says refill the attack track, so this will go here. This will come out. Wings. Maybe we can take it out. Cloud of bugs will slide off. That 2 damage will go away. Okay. So duality will do an assist. You know, Gunslinger can't use it. Still places the die. Gains a black wing. That was a lot. There's a lot on the field right now. Trying to do damage control. This elite is coming out this round. Oh, and it puts it on a portal space closest to the Griefbound, which is going to be where we are. We might be able to run away through a portal. We can run away through a portal on the next round. We'll have to see if we can survive this round. All right, so that is it. So now it's ball and chain, which is claw. Move 2 toward the closest hunter. Deal 3 damage to each hunter in 0. So 1, 2. So good thing we got off of that space. Next is the event card. Bolster the ranks. Place 1 lament in Rift 5. Which is all the way down here. If there are already 2 elite enemies in the game, nothing happens. Otherwise, draw 1 random elite enemy card. Place it face down next to the map with 1. Hunters may decide to collectively discard lament equal to the number of players to place 2 more on the newly drawn enemy, elite enemy. Wow. So there's no avoiding it. We ended up with the frog. Try to see where on the map I can even put this. I guess we'll do that. And actually it says place 1 on it, which means he's going to spawn right away unless we spend 2 lament to place 2 more, which I think I will do. So let's put him here. We'll spend 2 lament to put a total of 3. Yeah, he's going to trigger now, and then it's going to get removed because the event happens first. Fine, and then more undead general stuff. Now we go to the minions. If there is a hunter in 0 to 3, move there. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So he's going to go in here. And then he's going to go in here. They deal damage in 0. I have to look at the order of pushing units out. So according to the rule book, it would push out companions first, then minions, then elites. So once the fourth one gets in, he just pushes his buddy out. So only one will be in the space with us. The others move 3 toward the grief-bound. If in 0 to 1, from the grief-bound, gain 2. So he'll go in there. He'll go in there. He won't go in there. I mean, they're just going to push one each other out. He'll just go here, but they'll both get defenses. Right now, I do not see a way to come out of this alive. We don't have defensive duality. So that other one, okay, so he doesn't gain the 2 shield. But that one up there is going to roll a die. It's the sun symbol, which does nothing. Great. So he didn't do any damage to us. Then we go to the elites. So they'll both remove a marker. And this one will spawn in the space, which is going to push this guy out. We are 100% in a world of trouble. I think we're just going to have to maybe try to take out this elite and then run through the portal. Get some distance between us and just kite. We do have a timer, right? If the event deck runs out. So it's not like we can just run around forever. But we just got to save our last movement to get through that portal. And I think instead of getting cards, we're going to end up with dice because we need them. All right, Griefbound. Focus doesn't happen. Move 3. Attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 2 dice. Okay, so he's going to push this elite back. And then he's going to end up pushing, we'll say, duality out. Yeah, we are really trapped in this corner. To make it 4 models in that space. And then attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 2 dice. 2 claws. Oh good, we don't get the bonus from the sun symbol. Deal 2 damage and 1 curse. So that's 4 damage and 2 curse. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down to 5. Gunslinger will at least block 2 of it and just take 2. But we'll still take 2 curse. Which gets put on action. So let's do assist and gaining a tactic. And then duality gets to draw a new assist card, or curse card. Curse of Misfortune. During an enemy attack, take the following damage for each claw, sun, or eye symbol that have no effect. You know what? I think we're going to hang on to this one for a while. Well, we have 2 curses, so we take 1 damage for each symbol that has no effect. So, for example, when we rolled the sun on the minions, it has no effect, so we would have taken damage for that. We'll kind of keep it over here close to duality, so remember it's hers. All right. Oh, we're not done yet. The special, which is just going to spawn a minion on each swarm. We're just going to go from the back, I guess. And that's it. We've got to take this vampire out before the round turns because the stage card is coming up. They're going to level up. First, Lament phase. So starting with Gunslinger. 0 to 4. Nope, you're at 6 corruption. You may gain 2 hunger to heal 2. If you don't, gain 2 curses. We're going to start gaining hunger. They make it so that you have to gain hunger. You're like, well, maybe I can just avoid it sometimes. Nope, there's no way. We are at 7 corruption for duality. You may deal 2 unblockable damage to one other hunter in 0 to gain 1 lament. If you don't, gain 2 hunger. So we're just going to gain 2 hunger. Okay, level up. Let's see, spend 1 for the Gunslinger. Draw 2 cards. Unless these are God tier cards, we're discarding them. Passive, whenever an enemy attacks you, you may discard 1 tactic to reduce the number of dice by 1. Or bullets, teleport to the closest portal space. +1 damage. Yeah, we're okay with ditching those. To get what? We need a black die. Alright, and then spend 1 to get rid of a hunger. So that doesn't immediately become a problem. And then we've got, oh, because we got rid of, let me roll that back. Duality got rid of 2. She should have only gotten rid of 1 because I needed the 3 to level her up to get the die. Let's do that to go 1, 2, 3. Let's see what 2 abilities it is. Tipping the scales, discard a blue to gain 3 white wings, discard black to gain 3 black wings. Okay, and then slash of opposites again. So we're good with getting rid of those 2 to get another black die. Hopefully now we are combat ready. Because this is a mess. I wish it was the, we need to pull out the Gunslinger where if you move in range of him, you can discard a tactic to deal 1 damage to him. All right, so turn player goes over to Duality, who is going to go ahead and recover dice. Now has 6 dice, so hopefully we can get some daggers and some double daggers out of it. Did I mess up here? Yeah, so Cloud of Death goes away. And All-Seeing Swarm slides over, and a new card comes out. Torrent of Insects. Activate all swarms, and then doing 2 damage. So we're just going to try to teleport away. Okay, we got some daggers. I wish there was a single die with double daggers, but beggars won't be choosers. And now we've got, what does this curse do? Okay. Now we got Gunslinger. All right, and he got everything he needs. Oh, he did not get a movement. So Duality may have to assist with that so he can go through the portal. All right. Duality is up first, and look at the mess we've got here. The nice thing is, if there is such a thing, we can do Slash of Opposites now. You may increase the number of targets of this action by 1 for each Blackwing you have. So we'll be able to do 2 damage to the Elite. He's got 7 health. Do 2 to the Elite, and also take out 2 minions. When you discard a Blackwing, deal 2 damage and 0. So we'll be able to do that here shortly. So let's go ahead and use 2 daggers, Slash of Opposites. Deal 2 damage and 0 to 1. You may increase the range of this action by 1 for each white, or increase the number of targets me think about this here. Is there any way to spend that one black dagger? Because then I can increase the number of targets to 2. See, because we're going to use the double here, and then we can use the single to run. Or, because right now a gunslinger cannot hit that guy. The only thing gunslinger can do for us, oh, he can give us this black magic to get rid of the 2 curses. So maybe we wait on Slash of Opposites. We know we need to give gunslinger mobility, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm trying to think, I need to burn one more action. See, unfortunately, if I do this, that's not going to work. See, this one, discard a black to increase the range or damage of this action. Again, I want to put 2 more damage on him. So that would be 4 damage, and then gunslinger. So gunslinger can do 4, and then with the bullet, he can do 5. So I really just need to do 2 damage to him. So maybe I just use this. I need that to run away. All right, I guess I just won't get the maximum number of targets. Because I don't see a way to stall. Except for that one black dagger, actually. Does that mean we're not going to hit the grief bound? Teleport to the swarm closest to any hunter. Okay, might be out of range. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3. And line of sight. Unless they're on a swarm space. We will be in line of sight. We'll teleport there, and then it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3. That's what we're aiming for. But it's only going to roll 2 dice against us, and then move 2. 1, 1, 2, and then hit us at 0 to 2. So yeah, he's going to hit us for a lot for the all-seeing. We need to take it out because it's only 5, but we also got to take out the vampire. All right, I was trying to maximize damage, but I guess I'm not going to do that anymore because I don't see a way. This black dagger cannot be used by itself, so let's use it to gain a tactic. And gain a black wing. That's 2 of our actions. So then when we do this one, we'll be able to hit multiple targets in that space and then do that. All right. We're saving that. This is for mobility. Maybe we still give duality this black die. That's what I didn't want to spend the black dagger on that, but I didn't really have a choice. So where does that leave? Where are we on the yellow? We got this one, deal 1 damage and 1 to 2. And line of sight. So we're not going to be able to hit the grief bound. Okay, I got it. Let's roll this back real quick. Instead of getting the tactic, I feel like it's kind of a waste. Let's just go ahead and do this because the gunslinger is going to have to deal damage to him anyways. So if you have to spend a die to move, so say we spent that, we're not going to do 5 damage because he's going to teleport to us and deal unblockable damage. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Oh, with 3 dice. Yeah, he's bad news. He is bad news. All right, I'm trying to see here. So I know I need to do... Oh, I need to get the bullet too. Because duality is only going to deal 2 damage. 2 damage. Run away. Increase the range. You may discard 1 damage to increase the range or damage of this. So maybe Gunslinger doesn't need to do 4 damage. Oh wait, he can just do 5 damage and just take out the all-seeing swarm in 1 shot. So let's have him focus on that and then run away. He still needs to give duality the black. So we'll give the assist. We'll do this over here. Deal 2 damage, 0 to 1. Increase the number of targets by 1 for each wing you have. We only had 1 at the time. So we're going to hit 1 minion. Gain element for that. And then deal 2 damage to the vampire. Okay. So now Gunslinger, he needs to give duality this cleanse. And then he needs to forge a bullet, which he'll take 1 damage for doing. Or if I cleanse, oh, that assist will take 1 damage too. So if I cleanse, forge a bullet, move. Okay, that's all the dice I have. So let's cleanse first. Get rid of the bullet and the assist, the ones we plan to use. And then the assist, okay. So you're done. Back over to Duality, who now has black magic, which we're not going to worry about right now. Now we can do more damage because of this, life and death. Alright, so we want to do this. Deal 1 damage and 0. You may discard a Blackwing to increase the range of this action or damage by 1. So we'll do this. So that'll deal 2 damage to him. And then Life and Death says when you discard black, deal 2 damage and 0. So that's 4 total damage there. Which is 6 on him. Yeah, because I did 2, 2, and 2. Oh man. I don't want him to level up. This black dagger does me no good. Okay. So that was 1 action. The next action can be to cleanse. Yeah, because I have to run away, which is what this die is for. He gave me a black cleanse, which is fine, and the dagger doesn't do anything for me. Deal 1 damage and 0 to 1. I can just take him out. And I can gain 2 defense, but these minions will just maul me. Can the gunslinger do it? No, because he's going to spend his entire turn dealing. Oh, gunslinger can't. Because once he does the attack, that's all his dice. Or it ends his turn once he does that deadly shot. So we should just have him take out the... Yeah, let's just do that. We're just going to ignore the Griefbound for now. And just do... Let's do a dagger here. Deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 on line of sight. That should take out this guy, who had 6 on him. And this 1 in 12 chance of him not coming back. Oh, he's coming back. At least it's 3 turns. 3 rounds. I keep calling it turns, but it's 3 rounds. Okay, we do get 3 and 3 for Lament, which should actually help us take care of some of this hunger. Okay, what's his next action? We can't do deadly shot. If we go over there, we can still move and just move further away. Pile of Skulls isn't going to do anything for us. Who needs it more? Duality needs that treasure chest more. Oh, there's also this. Speak with the priest, draw and resolve a random secret card 23 or secret card 21. Excuse me. I don't think we're going to get there, though. And we don't have enough for this anymore. Deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 and in line of sight. We don't have 2 magics. We cleanse and then we gave the assist. We don't have a tactic token. Yeah. Let's gain a tactic. Take 1 damage. And then we'll just go ahead and spend that tactic to reroll this and hope we get another magic. And we got it. I think that was our second action, so we'll at least be able to take out that minion on duality space. All right, back over to duality. I think she's going to spend here. It's a black die to cleanse these 2 curses. And get rid of the misfortune. And then she'll gain a tactic. Actually, she can run too. Let's see, who needs Lament? Well, we're going to try to get duality to flip. So let's go ahead and do sprint. Get duality to go 1, 2. And she needs the treasure chest more. So she'll go ahead and get the treasure chest. Tokens are back here. It says, heal 4. Each hunter gains 2 shield. Each hunter takes 2 damage to gain 2 lament. We're going to heal 4. Taking us from 5 to 9. And then we're going to spend the black dagger to run, giving us another black wing. And we're just going to go onto this 2 space here and gain 2 lament, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to flip her to corrupted side, where we have an option to heal for 4. Back to Gunslinger. He's going to spend the 2 magic to deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 and in line of sight on a kill, gain a tactic. So he's going to take out this minion, gain a lament for that, gain a tactic for that, and then he's going to use this to sprint through the portal space. Trying to see if I should separate them. 0, 1, 2, 3. None of them are going to reach 0, 1, 2, 3. I don't want their hunger to cause problems. So let's put them over here. There's no treasure chest really on that side for him to do anything with. But maybe he can reach that treasure chest later. I don't know, it's going to be tricky firing from that position. Okay, I think that's everybody's actions. All right, let's go to the ball and chain. Circle, move 2 toward the closest enemy, deal 3 damage to each hunter and enemy in 0. Well, oh, I think we get to choose. Because doing it to the grief-bound, let's see, not going to do it to all-seeing swarm. We can do it to torrent of insects and get closer to taking it out. Or take out 2 minions. That stage card is going to cause him to level up, which is going to make the torrent of insects even harder. But if we can get a 3 damage start, because these guys are just going to move towards the grief-bound. They already got shields, so they're not going to gain any more. But it's also an opportunity just to get rid of minions. Because deal 3 damage to each hunter and enemy in 0. Wow, we got the wrong minion grief-bound combination. All right, yeah, because we're just going to go here and destroy these 2. All right, event. Place 1 lament in Rift 4. Okay. Each hunter chooses 1. Move 2 toward the grief-bound. Place a stun on your run and sprint actions. And that would put me in the river. I think we're just going to stun up. Especially for the gunslinger, because he's out of range of the minions right now. But he has purple dice for days. So I think he's going to be able to cleanse it. Duality, we're just going to have to figure it out. Because if you move forward, you will then be in range of the Swarm Mistress. You might already be in range, but you'll be in more closer range and take more damage unnecessarily. And get 2 burns because no matter where we move, we're going to stop in the river. If you are fighting the Swarm Mistress, discard all lament from all lament rifts and 0 to 1 from the grief-bound or any swarm. So this one goes away and this one goes away. Okay. Then we go to the minions. 0 to 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yep, we did that on purpose. Not going that way. So they're going to move 3 towards the grief-bound. You're only going to be able to fit 1 in there. So 1, 2, 3. This is a cool idea, but they don't stay on very well. And then 1, 2, we'll just stop him here. 1, 2, 3. We'll just bunch them all up together. 1, 2, 3. And then put 2 defense on each. Okay, elites. We've got at least 1 round without them, so we can deal some damage to the Griefbound. All-Seeing Swarm. Teleport to the swarm closest to any hunter. It's going to be one of these. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to matter. So we'll drop her in the middle one. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And line of sight. Ooh, we took no damage from that. Then it's going to move 2, deal 2 damage to each hunter in 0 to 2. So now he's going to go 1, 2, 2. So we can control where she goes. And 2 damage just straight up. Takes down to 6. Okay, and then we've got the stage card. Okay, so All-Seeing Swarm goes away. That's unfortunate. It was a low health card we could have done some damage to. And then we've got Cloud of Bugs coming back out. 6. We only took out 1 card so far. We really got to ramp up our damage. Stage card. Feral Outbursts. Setup. Level up the Griefbound in each elite enemy. Place this card into the minion card. When minions attack, it's going to start teleporting them to the closest swarms. Oh, man. When they deal damage. Oh, man. So, Griefbound. This gets flipped to 2 side. Elite. This gets flipped to the 2 side. And we're just going to have to reference, because I don't have a lot of space. Just have to reference this one for when this guy spawns out. So I guess all in all, it wasn't a terrible stage card. All right, Lament phase. Starting with Duality, who has hunger now. Move 1 toward the closest hunter for each hunger you have. Let's go 1, 2, and then I would deal damage, but there's nobody in range. We are at 10 corruption. You may gain 2 hunger to move 2. If you don't, gain 1 hunger. Well, I do need to get over to the Griefbound. So let's gain 2 hunger to move 2. 2. And gain 2 hunger. All right, Gunslinger. Move 1 toward the closest hunter for each hunger you have. That's 2. 1. I think it's even either way, so let's go down here. 2. Nope, that's actually farther away. 2. Pile of skulls. And we are at 7 corruption, so gain 1 lament and 1 hunger. Seven corruption. Oh yeah, you may take 2 unblockable damage to move. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're already like on death's door. Man, we'd have to take 2 curses to get those treasure chests. I just thought about that. Yikes. All right. Lament or evolution. Starting with duality. So she's going to gain 3 or spend 3 lament. Go 1, 2, 3 and get 2 cards. What do we got? Luminescent Presence. Whenever you take damage or unblockable damage, you may discard any number of wings to reduce it by 1 for each. White wings. I don't have anything to give me white wings. Then we got Moon Eclipse. Deal 1 damage and 0. You may discard Either black die or black wing to deal additional damage, or a blue die or white wing to increase the range by 1. You know, I don't think we have that kind of economy. I think I can afford to spend 1 to draw 2 new cards. All right, Never-Ending Anger. Gain 1 black or 1 white. Deal 1 damage to all enemies in 0 and line of sight. For magic and a mobility. Increase the range of this action by 1 for each pair of white and black you have. Okay. Piercing Feathers. Deal 2 damage in 0 to 3 in line of sight. You may discard 1 white wing to teleport to a space with the enemy attack. I think we're going to go with Never-Ending Anger. So we can, that's the AoE we wanted, right? And then we're going to spend our last 2 to flip to our corrupted side. Now we have 9 health. This question is, do I get white and black wings? Because whenever I discard a white, I can heal 1, so I technically end up healing 3. So I should just get the black and white wings. And now green gives me, oh, green gives me white wings now. Okay, so let's just heal the 4. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 to 13. Duality is now on her corrupted side. I will get the mini this time. Normally I don't because it takes up so much space. I think I'll go on that tile. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So that's for duality. Now we've got Gunslinger, who's going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3 to draw 2 cards. Bullets. Let's see. It just looks like it's +1 damage, +1 damage, +2 range, refresh 1 chosen weapon action. Should I just get another die? I got 2 black dice. Can I afford to get 2 other cards? I like refreshing a chosen action. Maybe use that single dagger twice. Or I can get the bonus damage. We've also got a bunch of hunger. We need to spend our 2 to get rid of 2 hunger. Let's go with extra powder. We've got our Curse of Bleeding here. I'll have to just remember what it does. And then spend 2 lament to get rid of 2 hunger. And then we're going to advance Gunslinger to the next, which he could have just spent the 2 to then flip to his corrupted side. And then filled all the bullets. We shall see. I think we're good for now. All right. So now Gunslinger becomes the turn player. He's going to re-roll 6 dice. Okay, lots of magic, no double magic. And then we've got duality with 6 dice. Oh, finally, double daggers. It'll help out a little bit. Okay. Gunslinger's up first. We got nothing that hurts us right now. So he wants to get that treasure chest, but that's going to cost them. And actually, he's on the pile of skulls. Action, roll a die and resolve. Deal 4 damage to all hunters and enemies in 0 to 1. Discard all status tokens of 1 chosen type. Discard this pile of skulls model. Exchange up to 2 status tokens for hunger. I don't think we need to take that risk, because of just one type, which one die is gonna... We'd save the die, I guess is the thing. Let's move some stuff over. So we want to be able to do a headshot. Or not a headshot. What is it? Deadly shot. We want to be able to forge a bullet. Maybe use that to do that. And then we want to cleanse. And then we need to give duality a cleanse. So that really just leaves us 1 to move 2. Or we move 2 now, get the treasure chest, get cursed. Oh, we can't move 2 until we cleanse. And if we get the curse, then we'll just be putting curse tokens on. That's fine. This curse is not that bad. So let's cleanse the 2 stuns. Yeah. And then let's spend this to run, to go 1, 2 into the river. Remove 2 burn, gain 2 curses, and the 2 curses are going to go on our actions. We'll just put it on that, and we know we're going to assist. We got a ton of actions over here. Let's put it on this over here. And we're not going to gain a shield right now, so. Oh man, we're doing a lot of stuff when we could be doing damage. Based on where we were, because Deadly Shot will deal 4. We have to do 10 to torrent. Activate all swarms. Yeah, let's roll that back. So that does not seem like the way to go for a little bit of health. Let's roll the pile of skulls. I don't think we need to do that. We'll wait on it. We can do these 2 purples, magic, to deal 1 damage in 1 to 2 and in line of sight. On a kill, gain a tactic. We're not going to kill with this. There's no minions in line of sight, so let's go ahead and use it to hit the grief bound for 1. Man, that means we're not going to be able to move, and the minions will get us. For 1 damage, that doesn't seem worth it. So back to the original plan. Cleanse. Move 1, 2 into the river. Pick up 2 curses. We'll put 1 on this and 1 on the ability we're not going to use. And that'll be the end of our Gunslinger's action. All right, back to duality. Who needs to sprint to get into range, but it's blocked. Oh, we messed up. We messed up. It's the thing about playing 2 players. We're still going to do this. We're just going to wait on it because we need to give duality this cleanse. Right, so that she can do cleanse, which now purple dice give her black wings. and she'll get rid of the 2 stuns. And now she can use this sprint action. Green dice give her white wings. So then she can go 1, 2, 3 into the same space as the Grief Bound. Try to get both models in there. We get it. We did it. All right, so we're done with duality. Back over to Gunslinger. Now he'll end up doing the run, gaining the 2 curses. And then picking up this treasure chest. Heal 4. Each hunter heals 2 and move 1. I don't think we want anybody to move, so the heal 2 for each would have been nice, but duality's way up there, so let's have the Gunslinger go 4, 6 to 10. All right, and then he's going to spend this black die to forge a bullet. Back over to duality. There's a lot of hunger on her, by the way. All right, so we probably want to take out Cloud of Bugs, because Torrent of Insects is not that bad. It has a lot of health. And on Claw it'll do +1 damage, but Cloud of Bugs on Sun it'll deal 2 damage and 1 stun in addition to the other thing it's doing. So we need duality to deal 4 damage to Cloud of Bugs. Trying to find one where I can get some bonuses. Maybe I can take them both out. I doubt that. I'm looking at those minions over there and wondering if I can do something about some of them. Should I have sprinted up there? Let's see, I was here. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I can only increase number of targets, so I would only take out all their defenses. But then I can do never-ending anger. I don't have a magic or a mobility. Increase the range of this action by 1 for each pair of white and black you have. Deal 1 damage to all enemies in 0 and line of sight. I don't have a magic. I use it to cleanse the movement. I don't have a tactic. This is rough, y'all. There's so much I could do. I could have taken them all out. I mean, I still can in a later turn. I'm just trying to maximize. So Slash of Opposites. But really, we should just do this. Our dual swords. We'll gain a black wing for it, which is kind of wasted. And then we'll discard a black wing to boost this damage by 1, making it 2. And then when we do that, we can do an extra 2 here. That makes it 4 damage. The question is, can we do 18 damage? Well, Gunslinger can only deal 5. And I just dealt 4. I can deal 1 more. I can take out Torrent of Insects. The Cloud of Bugs is the bigger problem. And I don't have enough to do 8. So maybe he shouldn't have forged the bullet. That's fine. All right, that's 4 there. And that's duality's 2 actions. Back over to Gunslinger, who's basically about to end his turn. Yeah, there's nothing else he could have really done. It says whenever you deal damage, you may discard any of our tactics to deal 1 additional damage for each token discarded. So I could do 1 more. That would make that 5. Yeah, let's just do this. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range on kill move. So we'll do 4 damage here, which will take out the cloud of bugs. Right, because there's no point in putting damage on torrent of insects. Yeah. Take out cloud of bugs. And then, well, we don't want to get on the swarm. I'm going to activate all swarms, so we're not really going to move. Because that on kill, we can move. On a grief-bound card kill, gain 1 tactic. So it's 3-1. Gunslinger got a kill. 3 Lament and 1 Lament. He gains a tactic, which goes over here. See, I'm not worried about the focus for Torrent of Insects because it's just a move 4. And we're not going to get out of range anyways. So do I have Duality run up the river to hit those minions? No, because then they're just all going to attack her. 0, 1, 2, 3. She's still in range of them, so she may just move out of range of them. They'll get closer because they'll move closer to the Griefbound. Or I move Duality to a portal space so that she can take out this elite enemy right when he spawns. That seems like the better option and close. So that's what this one will be for. But I still have 3 daggers. Yeah, dealing any damage to the Griefbound isn't going to matter. And I can't deal enough to take out all the minions. And the ball and chain is close to me. So we're just going to waste 3 daggers. Well, we're on green. But we need magic. Well, let's spend a... Green dice don't give us magic, so there's no point in doing that. We're on the forest is what I mean. We have to spend magic to heal 2 or discard up to 3 status tokens. Or 2 hunger tokens. This is painful. See a dagger. No, because I have to move to get up there, so I just have 3 daggers. I would spend a re-roll, but what's the point of that? I guess if I spend the green dice, I get white wings. So let's spend 1 green here to gain a tactic. And a white wing. I guess we could have gotten the ability that reduces damage by white wings. When you discard a white wing, all hunters in 0 heal. You may discard a white wing to move. Huh. Let's do this. It'll deal 1 damage. We gained a black wing for playing it. We'll discard a white wing, which lets us move. So we'll go 1, 2 to this portal space. And then because we discarded, we heal 1. So that takes us up to max health. We use this ability now. Gunslinger is done. I could move again, but again, it's not going to do me any good. 0, 1, 2, 3. It is going to do me good. 0, 1, 2. We need to move 2 more. So let's use this green dagger to run. Gain a white wing. Go 1, 2. So I guess I don't know the point of running up that way. To be, oh, we need to sit on the portal. But we'd be in range of the minions. 0, 1, 2, 3. And then each one would roll 3 dice on us. 0, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, let's not bother with that. And that's it. We'll give an assist. Spend, oh, it doesn't matter. We're maxed on black wings. All right. Ball and chain. Can you please hit those minions and knock the shields off of them? No. Claw. Move 2 toward the closest hunter. Deal 3 damage and 0. So 1, 2. Just running down the swarms. Man, that would have been nice. Event, which we're running low on. Yeah, it's a Swarm Mistress one. Each hunter may spend 1 lament to resolve. Place a random treasure in 0 and gain 2 burn. Ooh. I don't think we need it. Oh, if you're fighting the Swarm Mistress, place each treasure token on the farthest swarm space. Yeah, so we're just going to skip all that. We're not going to spend 1. Assassins are minions. There's nobody in 0 to 3. So they're all going to move 3 towards the Griefbound. 1, 2, 3. So 2 of them will get in his space. Which is unfortunate because that kind of breaks them up. Which means I can't hit them all in one go. And then 2 of them will just be... I could push them onto my space. But again, I don't think I'm gonna... Because I can do the AoE. In 0 or 0 to 1. So we'll just leave them away from us, I guess. Because that's 0 to 1, and then that one's 0 to 1. Yeah, he's way up there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're going to spawn more minions too. Okay. Next we go to the elites. So this guy is going to come out, the frog, who has 10 health. He's going to spawn on the closest portal space. So if they're the hunter in 0 to 3, move 2, attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 4 dice. Wow. Otherwise, spell jump, teleport to the space with the Griefbound, deal 4 damage and 2 curses to each hunter in 0 to 2. All enemies in 0 to 1 gain 2 shields. He does a lot. And his damage is 3, 2, 1, with 3 being the rarest. So that's not too bad, but it's 4 dice, so you get a couple of those suns and claws, you're looking at 6 damage easy. And this guy just loses a token. So we're going to run over to him and take him out. 10 health. And then Griefbound, activate all swarms. Oh, our gunslinger is in range of a swarm. He takes 2 burns. Okay, and then attack all hunters in 0 to 2 with 2 dice. Which is both of us. 2 sun symbols, so no bonus damage. Deal 1 damage and deal +1 damage for each swarm in line of sight. So we'll both take +1. So we both take 2 damage. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's actually 2 sun symbols. We take 4 damage. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, because deal 1 damage, deal +1 for each swarm in line of sight. So we both have 1 swarm in line of sight. Okay, and that's it. And no claws, so we can get the other bonus damage. The swing goes away. We refill wings at 10. Rapid emergence. Oh, that's the one that attacks with 4 dice. So we just got to do 2 onto it to prevent the 4 dice. And then moving the time track, special, place 1 swarm in 0, 2, there's more swarms to place. Spawn 1 minion on each swarm space. So we're just going to go up the line here. All right, Lament phase. Starting with Gunslinger. So this is not the one to have hunger attacking an enemy. We need duality to have that. Move 1 toward the chosen enemy. Dang it. For each hunger you have, just move 1 toward the chosen enemy. Deal 1 damage and 0 for each hunger you have for each damage dealt. We need to put as much on the Griefbound as we can. Otherwise, I can go and just take out that minion. But then we're no longer in line of sight. Duality is going to have to just multi-target a bunch of people. So we'll go in here. Oh, but I don't want him too close. No, we want him in that space because then we can push him out. So by moving in there, he pushes one of these guys out. And he does 1 damage to the Griefbound, which we'll just put on Rapid Emergence. Oh, and then Corruption. We are on 13. Gain 1 hunger and heal 1. At the end of the Corruption step, reshuffle the Corruption deck. Okay. And now for Duality's hunger, move 1 toward the closest hunter for each hunger you have, of course. Oh, but we wanted that because once she steps into that space and ends her turn, pushes him back. Oops. And then she would deal 4 damage, then deal 1 damage to all hunters, but nobody's in space. Okay. Because remember, the Griefbound counts as 2 units. We can only have max 4, so 2, 3, 4. And we get to choose if it's us pushing. So we're at 15 corruption, gain 2 hunger, deal 2 damage to all hunters and enemies in 0. So we gain 2 more hunger. This is getting out of control. We're up to 6. And then deal 2 damage to all hunters and enemies in 0. So that'll knock the shield off of him. And deal 2 to the Griefbound. I'm going to put it on this Rapid Emergence so we don't waste a single damage on it later. No, I'm going to multi-target. So it's definitely going to drop on that anyways. Let's do it on the All-Seeing Swarm. Okay. And then we're going to reshuffle the Corruption deck. I was wondering when that was going to come up. It's been a while. Man, this one is trying to deal with all these minions. All right, and then we got an elite out here too, so a very not fun elite. Leveling up. So he's got 2 hunger. I think he's fine. He's going to spend 2 lament to get to the corrupted side. So he's got a bullet here. He's probably just going to take the heal, or maybe not, because he can fill in. He can do all his bullets, but we don't need to because it says forge all bullets and gain 1 tactic in each slot. Well, our tactic slots are full. We're only short 1 bullet, and during the refresh set, we get to forge a bullet. So let's just heal 4, go 7 to 11, and then spend that last lament. Ooh, we can level up. Let's do it. Let's level up or evolve. Headshot, deal 1 damage in the weapon range. Body part head, deal 3 instead. What did we take out? We took out an arm. Exploding moss was a head. Or heavy bullets, +2 damage. We're taking heavy bullets. Because that will definitely help us deal the damage we need to deal. You can see I'm running out of space here. So I'm going to tuck some cards underneath. Especially ones I kind of already know what they do. I feel like I can get rid of my assault armor because I have not been using it. Because we're basically going to use our free bullet charging to do the +2 damage one. Hehehe. Alright. Duality. You've only got 1. Do you level up or do you take out a hunger? Do you need more dice? I need more dice. Let's level up. Because then if we take out a bunch of them, granted we all survived the hunger phase. Guarding Light. Whenever you discard a blue die, gain 2 shield. Whenever you discard a black die, gain 1 tactic. Or Light and Dark. For one of the symbols, magic or mobility, gain a white and a black wing. You know, I don't think I'm going to take any of these. I'm going to discard them for a die. Do I get the magic die? I think that'd be a good option because we got 3 black dice. This one, we could use some magic for it. All right, duality is going to start us off. And so we're going to roll our 7 dice. Looking for that token. See what we got here. Oh, look at that. Double daggers, magic, mobility, double daggers. We're going to be doing a lot of damage. And then we've got Gunslinger. What am I missing? His token. It's this token. Okay, he's got enough for his deadly shot. Oh, he's going to spend this 2 magic to get rid of the 2 burn. Or did he take the 2 burn? Oh, he's got burn all over. Oh, he's got curses all over his stuff too. See, we're not using that one. That's the double one. He doesn't have a way to get a die back. But damage is a premium. We're not in a great spot. So let's discard this die to get rid of the 2 burns. Do that or take them and then spend 1 die to get rid of them. But 2 damage is a lot right now. And Duality's got a lot of hunger. Okay, and at the beginning of the status step, we can forge a bullet. So let's forge our +2 damage. Okay, I think I got everything. So starting with duality, what are you gonna do? I could 100% wipe out those minions. LT's refresh. We also got to take out the frog who's got 10 health. So do I fiddle with the minions or do I take out the frog? Let's see, with 10 health, what is Gunslinger going to do? This will do 4, 2, 3, that's 7. If he does this, that's 8 damage. He doesn't have a shield to forge another +1. Oh, we can discard tactic tokens. So Gunslinger can just take out the frog in one shot. Right, because this will be 4, 6, 7. And then 2 tactic tokens would be 9. So we'd have to use this dagger. Oh, he's too far away. We have to use the magic to move, which we can do. Okay, so we'll let Gunslinger take care of him. Let's let Duality, who's on the space with the Griefbound and all these other jokers. Gain 1 Blackwing or 1 white. Deal 1 damage to all enemies in 0 and line of sight. Oh, I only have 1 mobility. Increase the range of this action by 1 for each pair of white and black you have. So we need to deal 4 to the All-Seeing Swarm to take it out. We need to deal 9 to Rapid Emergence. So I don't know if I increase the range of it. No, it just says deal 1 damage to all enemies in 0 and line of sight. So here's what I'm going to do. Slash of Opposites. You may increase the range of this action by 1 for each white you have. You may increase the number of targets of this action by 1 for each Blackwing you have. So let's do Slash of Opposites to deal 2 damage in 0 to 1. And we've got 3 wings. I think you choose a range. I wasn't ever clear of that, but I will hit these 3. They're all on the same space. No, because the Griefbound, when I do them, I hit everybody in range and not choose a specific range. That's a good question. Okay, so I can deal a certain amount of damage in a range, and I can increase the number of targets. So I can do 4 targets. You may increase the range of this action by 1 for each white wing you have. You may increase the number of targets of this action by 1 for each black wing you have. So I already have 1 target. I increased it by 3. That's 4 targets. And then my range is increased by 2. So I'm going to take out this guy. Gain a lament for that. Let's I just do it to the Griefbound, actually. Be better. Because we needed to do 1 damage to... No, we're going to hit him for it anyways. Yeah, we're going to hit him for it anyways. And then I want to do magic and mobility to do never-ending anger. Gain a black or white. We'll gain a white. Deal 1 damage to all enemies in 0 and line of sight. Increase the range of this action by 1 for each pair. That is within 3. That is everybody. So I'm going to take out, let's see here. So that's 0, 0, 1, and line of sight. So it's not going to include that guy. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So it's going to do 3 here, kill all these guys. That's why we wanted an AoE ability. So that's 3 lament. Unfortunately, I think hunger is going to happen before I get a chance to spend this lament. Yeah, I don't think the gunslinger can run away far enough. And then it's going to take out this guy to another lament. And then it's going to deal And it's just 1 damage. So then it's also going to deal 1 to the frog. And 1 to the Griefbound. Which is where the 1 to stop this thing from triggering comes in. That was nice. Deal 2 damage and 0 to 1. That was the first one we did, and then we did deal 1 damage to all enemies and 0, increase the range by each pair you have, and I had 3 pairs. We cleared out all those minions. All right. Oh, wait. We also take out this guy and gain a lament. We cleared them all out. Gunslinger. So now Gunslinger can just one-shot the frog. Since we put 1 damage on him, he doesn't have to... Oh, he's got to move to get in range because his range is 1 to 2. But that'll get him away from the ball and chain. So let's go ahead and use this purple to move. Go 1, 2. Oh, he was going to spend this black dagger to deal that extra damage, right? So this is 1. Oh, this would be 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the tactic tokens. I'm not in range of any other minions to spend this black die. So let's give the black die to duality. Oh, what's this purple die for then? Oh, so we have a black and a purple die. So before we do that, let's use this purple to cleanse, to take off these curses. And that will end his turn, so remove, then he cleanse. And then back over to duality, who's in full rage mode. He's going to go ahead and do dual swords. Can I just take out rapid emergence? Let's see, if I put the 2 on there, that would have been 4. And we're going to do 4 with this combo, so that would have been 8. Well, it's not going to be enough. Oh, but he does have 1, so he can just shoot him and do that last damage. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can do this. So let's say if I did that 2 over here instead, that'd be 4. That'd be 4 on there. She's going to do 4 here. That'd be 8. And then if she can re-roll and get a mobility, then she can do the last one to do 9. He's got a single dagger, which will kill, which will take out rapid emergence. And then maybe we can re-roll and get something. Let's do that. So say the damage was put on here instead. 4. And let's use this tactic. So I just did the 1. Oh wait, I haven't done that damage yet. Deal 1 damage and 0. You may discard a black to increase the range or damage by 1. So we'll discard the black, increase the damage. And then when we discard a black, we can deal 2 and 0. So that'll be 4 plus 4. That's a total of 8 damage. Let's just do 3, 4. Right, and then we want to spend this tactic to re-roll these 2. And I got 2 mobility. I only needed 1. And then let's use this up here, deal 1 damage, 0 to 1. So that'll be 9 damage over here. All right, then we go to Gunslinger, who'll spend this 1 dagger over here, deal 1 damage and 1 to 2 in line of sight. Hit the Griefbound, which will take out this one. And although the other, All-Seeing Swarm had less health, I would have defeated and I wouldn't have been able to do enough on Rapid Emergence for it to matter. So we're trying to maximize here. So 3-2 for Lament. 3-2. And then we get to roll this die and see, hopefully no attack. The claw, it's always the claw. Discard a swarm in line of sight, or all hunters in 0 to 1 may move to or heal to. Ooh. I think what I'm going to do is heal to. And then have Duality run far away. So maybe Duality doesn't need to... She doesn't need to do any more damage. She just needs to run. Oh, she can sprint and go through the portal and show up at the top. That way there's no way with hunger that she'll reach him. So she's going to heal to 10 to 12, and he's going to heal to 11 to 13. We're not worried about the swarms unless that one stage card comes out. And then refill the attack track. Okay, Cloud of Bugs and All-Seeing Swarm. All right. So now what we're going to do, he did that 1 damage. We're going to do Deadly Shot towards this frog who's got 10 health on him. And so that's going to deal 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will take him out. And we get 3-3 in Lament. 3-3, 3 there. Which means if Duality doesn't chew on Gunslinger, she should be able to get rid of all her hunger. Okay, so unfortunately we missed out on the tactic from a Griefbound kill. Trying to see, we can move 1. The reason we want to do that, 0, 1, 2, 3, is to get out of range of that guy. Oh, he's down. Oh wait, we're not done yet. So we got to roll the die for him to see when, if he's coming back. He's coming back. But at least it's 3 on him. Okay. And I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any bonuses. When you resolve an action that deals on a kill, you may refresh 1 chosen weapon action, which is great, but I passed. And I don't have any, and I wouldn't have had any more dice left. Okay, I don't see anything else. On a Griefbound card kill, I gain a tactic, but I can move 1. So move here. And that's because of this Deadly Shot. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range on a kill move. So I moved into his space. So Gunslinger is done. Now we go back to Duality, who has a dagger and a sprint. The dagger is not going to do us any good. So we will use it as an assist to the Gunslinger, just so we can get a black wing. And then we're going to use this sprint action to go 1, 2, 3. Perfection. So that is the end of the round for us. we're going to go through the enemy phase and then the lament phase, and then we're going to call it for this video because we're already 2 hours in and we still got a lot of battle to go. This is scenario level 3. So let's go to the event, ball and chain first. This would be a great time for you to deal some damage to the Griefbound. Circle. Actually, he will. Move 2 toward the closest enemy, deal 3 damage. We're going to send him to the Griefbound to deal 3 damage. And we're going to put it on the Cloud of Bugs because we're going to be able to take out the other card. Okay. Event. Ooh, we only have like a couple event cards left. Lunar Eclipse. Place Lament in Rift 3, which is all the way down here. Instantly resolve this turn's Griefbound attack card without discarding it. Hunters may decide to collectively discard 2 Lament to ignore this effect. If you are fighting the Swarm Mistress, teleport the Swarm farthest from the Griefbound to the closest space with a Hunter. Well, that changes everything. Which means Gunslinger is going to take a lot of damage. And then he's going to be surrounded, but he'll be able to go through the portal afterwards. But the attack card, teleport to the Swarm closest to any Hunter. Attack all Hunters in 0 to 3. Then move 2, attack all Hunters in 0 to 2. I think we're okay with letting that happen, because the closest ones are these 3. And we're not going to be in 0 to 3. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we'll let her teleport. We'll just put her on this one, I guess. I think they're somewhat equidistant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we'll put her in the middle one. And then attack all Hunters in 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And line of sight. So no, but ignore line of sight if she's on a Swarm. And then move 2. Ooh. And then deal 2 damage to each Hunter in 0 to 2. Because then he would deal 4 damage total. If you're fighting the Swarm Mistress, teleport the Swarm farthest from the Griefbound to the closest space with the Hunter. I could send them up to Duality too, because they're both 4 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she would activate. Okay, so we are going to spend the 2 Lament and still have enough, because he would then take 2 extra damage. Right, because she would go up and hit him for 2. So we'll spend it to ignore it, and then teleport the farthest Swarm, the Swarm farthest, which is all the way back here. I mean, they're all 4 away. And we'll put it in Duality space. Right, and then teleport, and then it's close space for the Hunter. Okay, then we go to the minions, which none of them are in 0 to 3 of us. So they're just going to move towards the Griefbound. 2, 3. He'll share space and get 2 defense. And then he'll go 1, 2, 3, and not quite make it for the defense. All right, now we're going to go for the elites. So he's going to come back out. He's nasty too. With 10 health. Again, I think Gunslinger's probably gonna... He could probably take him out by himself. And then just have Duality work on the boss. Now we go to the Griefbound attack. Teleport to the Swarm closest to any Hunter. Oh, I see. She's not going to teleport all the way over there, but at least she's not teleporting on top of him. So she'll teleport here. Attack all hunters in 0 to 3, not in range. Move 2 and then deal 2 damage. So 1, 2. And then deal 2 damage to the gunslinger, taking him down to 11. Alright, so All-Seeing Swarm goes away. This is going to slide over, making Duality's job a little easier. Oh, we're taking him down. We have 4 attack cards left. So we can take out 2 of them. We can enter the final attack. I could probably go one more round and just go ahead and get to the final attack and call it then. And again, we got to be careful with final attack because whatever attack does the damage ends our turn. So that might be the stopping point. Let's see here. So now we go to special. Place 1 swarm. All swarms are out. And then spawn 1 minion on each swarm. Which somehow puts one all the way over here with duality. Like I said, that model is just really big. I don't know that we're going to spend an attack on that. Hopefully something says hunger towards the closest enemy. That'd be nice. Lament phase. First corruption. Starting with duality. Move 1 toward the closest hunter for each hunger you have. Well, we have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to end up in this space because we got to go towards him. Okay. We are at 16 corruption, so gain 2 hunger and draw secret card 3. If the secret is already drawn, gain 4 hunger instead. Gain 2 hunger. And draw secret card 3. Final Perdition. Place this card next to your hunter board. Discard or add event cards to the deck until there are only 2 events. And there are 2. After the scenario, this hunter is unlocked as a pretender. Mark it on the sheet. So I don't think we really need this next to us. So that would have been good if we had 1 event left, because then it would have given us 1 more round, but that didn't happen. So here we go. Next is Gunslinger. Move 1 toward the closest space with Lament for each hunger you have. If you reach it, take the Lament if you reach it. Otherwise, take 1 damage for each hunger you have. For each damage taken, discard it. 2, which is perfect. 1, 2. Let somebody drop this Lament here. But we don't lose the hunger. Okay, and we are on 16 for corruption. Gain 2 hunger and 1 burn. That isn't nice at all. I guess on our corrupted side, we are just burning. All right. Spending Lament. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 hunger. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 Lament. Get out of here, hunger. Now it's great, you know, when you hit the enemy with it. But I'm pretty sure there's way more cards in there for attacking other hunters than there are for attacking the enemies. Maybe one day Awakened Realms will tell me why hunters seem more delectable than the enemy. And that's all our Lament. And over here, we'll spend 4 to get rid of the 4 hunger we have. for the gunslinger. So we are now clear of all hunger. And then I guess we'll spend a 3 to level up. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got Shield Breaker. This action deals unblockable damage, which is cool. Could take out that minion. We have Lament Seeking Bullets. This attack ignores line of sight restriction. That's actually pretty cool, but I think we're just going to go with another die so we can beef up our bullets. What do we want here? We have a lot of purple. We need a blue. Yeah, we need another blue. Okay. All right, we're almost done with this phase. Well, I think we're going to try to take them out. Take out these cards and then just stop at the beginning of the enemy phase. So this is going to move over to Gunslinger. He's going to reroll dice. That is 7 dice he's rolling. Okay. We definitely have enough to do stuff. I think he will get rid of this. Stop the burn. Well, we have a curse too, so maybe we'll just take the burn and then use it to get rid of both beginning of that turn. And then we get the forge a bullet, so let's forge the +2 damage. All right, and then going to duality, who also has 7 dice. No double daggers, but I guess enough daggers to do what's needed. All right, let's run through this. Gunslinger. Where are you? Right here. So let's see. The Cloud of Bugs needs 5 damage. We don't gain a free tactic anywhere. Nope. Because then we could just take out Cloud of Bugs. But I got to take out the Elite because I don't want him to level up. I forgot to take this token off. This guy. But he's, man, he is 10 health. If he levels up to 3, he'll be 11. I think we can deal with that. We can just take out the Griefbound. And we got all those minions swarming around us. Okay. It needs 5. We've got 2 here. We can forge another bullet for +1 here, and we can forge a bullet for +1 here. That'll be 2, 3, 4, and then we can just use the dagger. So let's put a shield here to forge a bullet. Let's spend a purple dagger here to forge a bullet. That's 4 damage in bullets. And then over to duality. So maybe we'll have the gunslinger, like we said, go after him and then have duality maybe. Yeah, because I think the gunslinger can then take out the wings. He might be cutting it a little close. Actually, he'll gain a tactic, and then he'll have his 4 damage, and then he'll refresh. Yeah, on a kill, you may refresh 1 chosen weapon action. So yeah, gunslinger is basically going to take out both of those. So we need duality to move in with this guy and deal as much damage as possible. Let's see, deal 1 damage in 0 to 1. You may discard a white to move. So we can get a free move out of that and take out this minion. So let's use this mobility. Appear on our dual swords, deal 1 damage in 0 to 1. What's 0 to 1? Yeah, we don't need to hit the Griefbound though. Take out this guy, gain a lament for it. We're going to discard a white wing to move 1, or to move. So we'll go 1, 2 onto this space. And then when we discard a white, we can heal 1. That takes us up to 13 from 12. And now we're going to lay into this guy. I know I'm missing some AoE, but it's not really necessary. Let's use the double here, gain a white. Deal 1 damage in 0. You may discard a black to increase the range or damage. So we'll discard a black to increase the damage. And when we discard a black, we deal 2 damage in 0. So that's 4 damage onto the vampire. Four of 10. Okay. Now we are back over to Gunslinger. We got to make sure Gunslinger doesn't kill the Griefbound out completely before before Duality takes out that guy. Although the damage will stay over, but we don't want him to attack, I guess is the point. So let's use this on the pistol, deal 1 damage in 1 to 2. And then we're going to spend this bullet. That's +1, that's 2, 4, 5 damage, which is enough to take out this arm. So Lament is 3 to 1. Gunslinger gains 3. And Duality gains 1. And then, so on a Griefbound card kill, well, first let's roll this die, see what happens. Hopefully we can get rid of a swarm. It's the claw. Yep, get rid of a swarm in line of sight. Let's get rid of the one under here. Just because we don't know what his special attack is going to be. So we want to make sure we knock the number of swarms down just a little bit. Okay, and then refill the attack track, so that'll go there. This will come out. Yeah, so we want to take out that one too. On a kill, you may refresh a chosen weapon action, so let's refresh that one. And on a kill, on a Griefbound card kill, gain 1 tactic. Let's put this over here. And so when we do that, we'll do 1 there, and then the 4 plus that 5 will be enough to take out, yeah. Yep, it's going to be 4 plus 1, okay. And then we're going to use the cleanse here. So what all we did the bullet last time. And we just did 1 damage, so let's use the cleanse now to get rid of this burn and this curse. Although I was tempted to keep the curse, because the curse of bleeding was not bad and we were not getting tactic tokens. That's a good point. And it says discard 2 status tokens. All right, I'm trying to make sure I didn't mess up anything here. So yeah, he went first and he got the bullets. Then he fired 1, took him out, took out the arm. So I forgot to reset this. Okay, so he's done for now. So back to Duality, who needs to deal 6 more damage. Uh-oh, be tough there. Actually, I don't think she can do it. We didn't waste any damage. Oh, we wasted 1 on that guy. All right, let's go with this double daggers. Oh, we're short of mobility to do this one. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get a tactic token. Deal 2 damage in 0 to 1. You may increase the range of this action by 1 for each white you have. So that increases it by like 3. And then increase the number of targets for each black wing you have. That increases it by 2. So we're going to hit this guy and knock his shield off. We'll go ahead and just hit the Griefbound for 1. And then we hit this guy. Oh, why is the Griefbound just 1? It's deal 2 damage in 0. So it'll hit the Griefbound for 2. And then hit this guy for 2 more. So let's just take him all the way up to 3. That's 6. I could probably change their targeting. He's 6 of 10. Wait, is that right? I probably just needed to... Yeah, because I hit him for 2. See, I did this one, then I moved over. I did 4 on this. Yeah, and then just hit him for 2, so that's 6. Okay, and then for the next action... So the only one we can do is going to be this. Which doesn't do enough. We cannot refresh. Oh, we can discard a white and a black to refresh a chosen action or restore 1 discarded die. Okay. Since I got 2, I can refresh this one. No, actually I should refresh this one. It'll still only deal 2 damage. And I need to do 4 damage. Can Gunslinger do it? Now he's got double daggers. So he can get +2 here. Because we only need to do 4 damage to the All-Seeing Swarm. So if he gives me the double daggers, or gives duality to double daggers, we can refresh this action, put the double daggers there, and do 2 damage off of that. We would need this green to re-roll a... Let's try it. So let's use this on tactic. We gain a black wing. And then let's just re-roll that tactic. We need a mobility out of this. A dagger. One out of 6. We can refresh another action, which is not a single dagger. We can just refresh this one again and do it again. Okay. So that was our 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to here. So we'll give the double dagger over here. I think he's just going to end up spending a tactic for the fun of it. Because right now, that 4 damage onto the All-Seeing may or may not trigger the end, and we need duality to take 1 more turn. So we're going to burn the tactic and not re-roll anything. spend it as an action. Killing may refresh one chosen weapon. And we got the tactic from that. Then back to duality. Who will spend a white and a black to refresh a chosen action. So refresh this one. And then we'll use that double dagger here. We gain a black back. You may discard a black to increase the damage. So that'll be 2 more damage onto this guy. And then we will spend another white and a black. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's an action to do that. Discard white and black to refresh a chosen action. So by refreshing and then taking it, that was our 2 actions. So now we have no choice but to have him do this. Deal 4 damage in the weapon range. Or no, she won't be able to move. Because what's he got? 6, 8 on him. He needs 2 more. So duality could hit the grief bound. It's just that he can't hit the vampire. The vampire needs 2 more damage. No, but if duality hits the grief bound, it's not going to kill him. So yeah, we'll do the 4 there, take out the wings. Two and 1 for Lament. Now we're going to roll. So ideally we do not want to refill the track, which is just the 1 out of 12. So yeah, I didn't think so. Discard a swarm in line of sight, which there is no swarm in line of sight of either of us. So we can heal 2, they move 2 or heal 2. Let's see, she's got 10. Oh wait, so duality's not in range, so he's just the only one in range. Or all hunters in 0 to 1. So he's just going to heal 2, go up to 12, and then unfortunately refill the attack track, which causes the final attack to show up. If there are 2 or fewer attack cards left in play, enter the final act. Otherwise, reshuffle the discard pile. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's verified. It's going to end our hunter's phase, so we did not take out the plague doctor, the vampire dude. Which is unfortunate. Because again, we could have done 4 to him. He's not in range, yeah. I forgot that this discard white and black to refresh a chosen action requires a action. So that's going to end our turn. He did take out a griefbound card, so he's still going to gain a tactic. And he gets to refresh a chosen weapon action, which is probably this. Is nothing on there. So the other option would have been to put the double daggers on here, but we didn't have enough dice to do that. We needed the double daggers over here. There's no way to have dealt enough damage to guarantee this round to take them both out. I probably messed up somewhere as far as dealing damage. Maybe I shouldn't have done the 1 damage there, but I was spending the die anyways to move, so. And because I discarded the white wing, I got the heal. Okay, so we are going to end the video here, and we're going to call it part 1. And then on part 2, we're going to reveal the final attack card and see if we can survive it. I almost decided to house rule the final attack card because I think like in test play, like once or twice, it'll be like, oh, you instantly die, roll 4 dice. Oh, one of them was roll a die for every swarm out there, and that dealt like 12 damage to us. So, but you know, the more you play it, you kind of say, okay, I have to kind of prepare for the final turn coming up. We're not in a great spot. I really thought I could take out the plague, the vampire dude, but we were 1 action shy of doing that. So we'll end it here, and we will continue with part 2 next time. This is Kenny with Remote Games, signing off.